I'm going to do a city drive-in video and then I'll take it on the highway. First I want to show how this Bluetooth connection works. I sent this radio out to Becker in New Jersey for a rebuild, and while they do it they can insert a Bluetooth connection. So you pop in the cassette and then you can just play Spotify or any of your other devices through the original radio, and you keep that original look. I'm sure you guys don't want to hear my music. The other cool thing about this car is it actually comes with the original Becker cassette to demonstrate the radio. So you very, very rarely see these anymore with the car. I thought about keeping it to add to my collection, but I didn't think that was the right thing to do. Alright, so we're going to take it on the road. First I'll show normal reverse operation. We'll go forward. On the air conditioning, the center vents don't blow anything at all. All the AC comes out of the front vent, or the defroster vents and the side vents. It's a fairly common issue with these cars. If the buyer wants, I can send it to a Mercedes shop here locally for repair. I just figured I'd let it go as it is, and the buyer can decide if they care enough to replace it or repair it. As you can see, acceleration is pretty smooth. Just lock the doors. The trip counter is at 161.7. Miles are at 40,202. Both do work on the car. Another common 560 SL issue, those gears tend to break, and so this car is a two-owner car. Came out of Georgia. When you look at the pictures of the car on the lift, you'll see it still has that Georgia red dirt on the undercarriage. I thought about cleaning it off, but I think it's part of the story of the car, and it's not corrosive, so I left it on there. And so when you look at the pictures, if you see they're a little red tinted, it's because the car came out of Georgia. Came to Florida at some point in the 90s, 2000s. It was actually owned by a local family. If you've been to Daytona, Ponce Inlet area, there's a marina and restaurant called Down the Hatch. So this car belonged to the family that owned that marina and restaurant for a very, very long time. And so they were the second owners. I purchased it from them, or from the son, probably around 2015, 2016. So I've actually had this car for quite some time in my dealership, and I really just used it sparingly for local shows and weekend drive. It's not one of those cars that I turned and burned. I like the car. I love that it's a white car with a black interior. It's pretty rare. And of course the local connection made me feel like I should keep the car here locally as long as possible. Really the only reason I'm letting this one go, I have an 86 500 SL, and I've had that car since about 2018, 2019. And at some point having two 107s, two low mileage 107s, doesn't make a whole lot of sense for me. You can see the car brakes well, accelerates well. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video here, and we'll reconnect when I'm entering the interstate. All right, we're gonna hop on 95 here. If you're familiar with Daytona, we're getting out at Destination Daytona. It's where all the Bike Week stuff happens. Doing about 40. Now we're up to 85, just shy of 3,000 RPMs. Temperature is just above 80, if you can see that. Oil pressure is up on the 3, where it belongs. Not a whole lot of pull in the steering. As you can see, we're doing 85 miles an hour, no problem keeping up with the traffic or passing it. The car has plenty of power. Speed limit's 70, so can't really get it above 80, 85. But I have no doubts this car could push the 100, 120 range. I'm sure the auction description will say that the tires are brand new Pirellis, but we just mounted those about 2 or 3 weeks ago here at Discount Tire. Go ahead and pause the video here, and I'll pick up again when we get off at International Speedway Boulevard. Alright, we're about to get off the interstate here. Trip meter's at 179 miles. Car's driving flawlessly. Sorry about that. I'm so used to getting on I-4 that I was going that way. Not sure if you can see the gauges. Time is 9:52, or no, yeah, about 52. You can see it's 9:56 according to my Apple Watch. Fuel pressure is right below the 2, so that's perfectly normal. The temperature gauge is above the 80, below the 100-degree mark. So again, that's perfect for being at a stoplight. It's about 80 degrees outside here in Florida. As you can see, a lot of times with these 107 cars, when you run them hard on the interstate or at speed, and then you get into the city driving, you'll end up with a rough idle, or the car just not performing well. This car, we ran it at 80, 85 miles an hour on the interstate for about 10 or 15 minutes there, and as you can see, it's doing just fine in city driving. Longest I've driven this car on the interstate is probably about 45 minutes, and again, just drives as it should, and probably better than most 107s that you'll ever come across. Let's see. Idling smoothly at 500, 600 RPMs. I'll get out at the speedway here and do a walk around video, shut the car off, start it back up. Passenger door unlocked when I opened the driver. There you have it. Appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. I know it's long, but hopefully it gives you all the information you need. If you have any questions, please reach out. Thank you.